South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham really doesn't like Donald Trump. We know this. And he has now said that a Trump presidency could lead to a terrorist attack on the scale of the 9/11 attacks, actually using the term another 9/11. He was on CBS's Face the Nation. He was asked about House Speaker John Boehner, former House Speaker John Boehner, making comments in support of Trump and against Ted Cruz. Lindsey Graham doesn't like Trump. He does support Ted Cruz. Let's take a look at how he answered about Donald Trump on Face the Nation.
You mentioned Lucifer. That was a comment made by former House Speaker John Boehner, a former colleague of yours.
Friend, too.
What's that?
He's a friend.
He's a friend. So if you're trying to survive as a candidate, that's not a great thing to have said about you out there.
Well, no, but there's a civil war going on in the Republican Party. Obviously, John and I are very close friends, but he's embracing Donald Trump, and I am not. Why? Because I believe Donald Trump's foreign policy is isolationism. It will lead to another 9/11. Trump doesn't understand the Obama-Clinton mistakes. They didn't intervene in Iraq.
Yeah. So he also went on to say that Trump is destroying conservatism, saying you will make it hard for this party to ever regain footing with Hispanics because Trump's immigration proposal is unworkable. It is hateful. When it comes to women, we're alienating women who should be coming our way after 8 years of Obama. Don't really know what he means by that, but okay. Donald Trump did respond to this via none other than his favorite platform of Twitter, saying, I watched Senator Graham on Face the Nation. Why don't they say that I ran him out of the race like a little boy? And in the end, he had no support. Kind of true. I mean, Lindsey Graham did not do well at all in the race. I agree, by the way, that Trump would be a disaster, but I don't know why. Lindsey Graham made the argument that Trump's isolationism would lead to another 9/11. Did isolationism lead to the first 9/11? I don't understand the political point.
Yeah, it was the opposite of isolation that led to the first 9/11. It was
Bin Laden didn't like the spread of American military around the world, including in the Muslim world.
Yeah. So I don't think you can point to ideas of isolationism as some horrible mistake because, maybe we should try it. And so we might actually have some data on it because we've never really been an isolationist nation.
Not since, at minimum, the 1930s. And this is not an argument I'm making for or against isolationism. Let me be clear. I'm against total isolationism. It's more an exploration of what Lindsey Graham is saying. I don't get why isolationism would lead to another 9/11. I'm not saying Trump would be a good president or anything like that. What we do know is every campaign Lindsey Graham seems to touch doesn't do too well. His own failed, and I believe for a while he was behind Jeb, and then he liked Marco Rubio, and now it's Ted Cruz. It seems Graham may not be the kingmaker of the Republican Party, as if we needed any more proof of that.
Yeah, he's... I don't know what to think about Graham, but I think we can look to the election, and his popularity seems pretty clear.
After the break, I'm going to speak to an expert in casinos and gambling. Here in the Boston area, we are dealing with a potential new casino in Everett, Massachusetts, very, very close, 15 minutes north of the city. And this is an issue that really is relevant in much of the world, including much of the U.S. What happens when a casino comes in? What are the arguments about why it is positive for the local economy and society? What are the arguments about why it is negative for the local economy and society? What about problem gambling? We will touch on all of those issues after the break. Gamefly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees, and our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS. The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.